The hunters just became the hunted. The same prosecutors who spent years going after Trump for made-up crimes, well, they are the real criminals, and the evidence is damning. Letitia James built a $15 million fortune on a government salary by lying on loan applications. She even claimed her father was her husband to get better rates. Adam Schiff, well, the DOJ has him dead to rights on 2 decades of mortgage fraud across multiple states. Now, these are not accusations. These are documented felonies with paper trails. The people who weaponize the justice system for political gain are about to learn what real justice feels like. 30 years in federal prison certainly has a nice ring to it. So keep watching. We're going to bring you the receipts. Now, you probably think your 401k is safe, but it wasn't designed to make you wealthy. It was built to shift retirement costs and risks onto you, leaving your savings exposed to crashes, inflation, and chaos. But Americans are waking up and taking control with real assets like gold. Gold Investments has helped thousands secure their future by converting part of their 401k into a tax-advantaged gold IRA without penalties or headaches. It's safe, it's simple, and it's smart. Visit nextnewsgold.com to get your free wealth protection kit and discover how to save savings. Open a qualified account today and receive 2 5-ounce silver America the Beautiful coins absolutely free. That's nextnewsgold.com, your exit from the danger zone. Also, the number on the screen, 877-646-5347. Give him a call. Tell Colin that Gary Franchi said hello. Now, 9 hours ago, in the Oval Office, President Trump laid in to Adam Schiff. Listen.
One more thing on Adam Schiff. Director Pulte reports that Adam Schiff claims he lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, how does a family of 4, you're a developer, very successful developer, how does a family of 4 live in a 1-bedroom apartment?
Now, it looks like Adam Schiff really did a bad thing. They have him. Now, let's see what happens. It's not up to me. It's not up to, I stay out of it purposely. But it's mortgage loan fraud. It's a big deal. He defrauded banks and insurance companies and the federal government. But it's very simple. It's mortgage loan fraud. And you're right. It's a lot of people to live in a 1-bedroom apartment, right? But he put it down. But he has a lot of other things following that. So, no, Adam Schiff, they have him 100% on mortgage fraud. Now, if it was anybody else in this room except you would have no problem. But anybody else in this room, you'd have a problem. I'd have a problem.
Yeah, they go after President Trump, and of course they did, over his loans. Here we have this from Real America's Voice. Senator Shifty Schiff's resident is about to blow wide open, Walter Kurt writes. Newly revealed mortgage files reveal Adam Schiff has juggled primary residence status like a shell game for 2 decades. Oh, boy, listen.
Well, the credit for this really has to go to, there's a congresswoman that's running for Congress, Christine Bish, over in California, and she sent me a file. She said, I need you to look at this. And this is all of the mortgage documents for Adam Schiff. Back to 2003 when he first sold his home in California. He essentially hasn't claimed residence in California since 2003. I mean, really, he's been a resident of Maryland for this whole time. So, I went through the documents, and, the most recent one, which is what I got him on, which is the 2020, within a month of each other, he signs primary residence in 2 different locations, 2 different states at the same time. You can't do that. So he's claiming primary residence in both California and in Maryland at the same time. But the bigger question, which I'm still working on, this is the rest of the documents that I'll be releasing, is that during the times that he was running for House and Senate, he wasn't a resident of California. I mean, that's a good question. So he's not even a resident of California, and he's a representative of California. And, but the worst part about this is for him, he can't claim ignorance. He got an ethics complaint in 2009 for this. He's been doing this, flip his residence wherever it suits him since 2009, or at least before, possibly before that. So he can't claim ignorance. This to me looks like he is intently doing this. And, the Maryland house, he considered his primary residence for 17 years up until he refinanced his place in California in 2020. So, I don't see how he how he doesn't have some serious problems here.
And listen, they opened the door to this, the Democrats did, with these mortgage-based indictments against President Trump in New York City, New York State. When that happened, I couldn't believe it, because everybody knows this is something that a lot of politicians have been shifty on well before Adam Schiff came around. And I thought to myself, boy, they're really touching a third rail here, because there's absolutely very few people who aren't guilty of some of this. And this is just opening, and they're going to start with the people who have been most critical of Trump, but there's going to be a lot of people on this list if they don't take care of this. Walter Kurt, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your continued work on this story. We'll definitely.
Yeah, we're going to keep tracking this one here. Let's take a listen real quick here. What do we got? Now, this goes back to May. Letitia James now facing 30 years in federal prison and $1 million fine because she lied on loan applications. Yeah, it's like, is this like modus operandi for all these people? Schiff, Letitia James, and then they go after Trump, right, for his loans while they're doing the same thing? Listen.
Residents, things that
Letitia James over alleged mortgage fraud. James denies the allegations and says she's being targeted by the Trump administration. For more on this, let's bring in Fox News Sunday anchor and chief legal correspondent Shannon Bream. So what's this out, and does the Justice Department have a case?
So there are allegations that she did not give proper information on loan documents, possible mortgage documents about primary residence, things that would have given her a better loan system to work with, more favorable terms. She and her attorney are completely denying it. They say this is complete revenge. And listen, presumed innocent. That's a great thing about our system. And an investigation is one thing. Do you get to charges? Do you get to a trial? I don't know. But Democrats have been telling us for years, as they did when she brought charges against President Trump, no one's above the law. You got to work through the process in the system, and we'll see how far it goes with her.
So essentially, she's being charged with something very similar to what she charged Donald Trump for. Letitia James over alleged.
Oh, you got to love it. You got to love it. Let's check in with what Pam Bondi said in June. Pam Bondi filing charges against the state of New York Governor Kathy Hochul and Attorney General Letitia James.
We're here today because we filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today. As you know, we sued Illinois, and New York didn't listen. So now you're next. Millions of illegal aliens with violent records have flooded into our communities, bringing violence and deadly drugs with them.
So the bad news continues to stack up for Letitia James. Let's check in with Tucker Carlson. Speaking of corruption, how's Letitia James worth $15 million when making $200,000 a year?
Inflated his net.
Speaking of corrupt, the Attorney General of New York, Letitia James, who reportedly is worth $15 million despite making less than $200,000 a year in her job. How did that happen? If true, congratulated herself, as always, after the ruling.
Everyone must play by the same rules. Donald Trump engaged in deceptive business practices and tremendous fraud. Donald Trump falsely, knowingly inflated his net worth by billions of dollars to unjustly enrich himself, his family, and to cheat the system. Donald Trump may have authored the art of the deal, but he perfected the art of the steal.
So the rest of us for decades now have been bullied into allowing the dumbest and most corrupt among us to run everything. They occupy positions of power in every big city in the United States, prosecutors' offices, and obviously they're tearing down what they didn't build. That's exactly what we're watching now. Maybe stop allowing that.
Oh, yeah. How did she get so rich? American Made writes, no, just no. We're tired of bankrolling the liberal, stupid left agenda when we haven't even taken care of our own citizens. This is just another siphon money into another corrupt pet project. No more Letitia James. So we've got files charged against Letitia James, Kathy Hochul in New York. We've got Letitia James facing 30 years in federal prison, $1 million fine for crimes that she accused Donald Trump of doing, that she did herself. President Trump laying into Adam Schiff today in the Oval Office, and the mortgage document coming to light. So we're going to keep tracking this very closely. Don't go anywhere. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So this is poetic justice at its finest. While Letitia James was grandstanding Trump's finances, she was committing actual fraud to build her mysteriously massive wealth. While Adam Schiff was manufacturing evidence for impeachment, he was lying to banks across multiple states for 20 years. These are infractions. These are federal felonies that destroy regular Americans' lives. But when you're part of the protected class, you thought you'd never face consequences, right? Wrong. Pam Bondi isn't just going after them individually. She's filing charges against the entire corrupt New York system. Every American who's been crushed by these political prosecutions while the real criminals walk free deserve to see justice served. The same rules for everyone, or no rules at all. So here's the question. Should corrupt prosecutors double the prison time of regular citizens? Yes or no? Remember, if you want to support our efforts here to expose the truth, you can grab some merch at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Help us expose President Otto Penn and that beautiful new all-inclusive resort down in Florida. Yeah, Alligator Alcatraz. Maybe you heard of it. Or you can pick out your favorite member of the administration and wear them with pride. And trigger a liberal today at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.